Hello everyone, welcome to this feel good yoga flow and stretch. We're going to work through some of my absolute favorite movements to relieve spinal tension and tension in the hips especially. So all you're going to need for your practice is your mat and some clear space around you. We'll be working into some stretching elements as well as some flowing twists and bends to really feel more mobile. So join me, show yourself some love, and we'll get started in just a moment. We'll get started in a forward fold uttanasana at the top of our mat. Bow your chest towards your thighs, maybe finding a gentle bend in your knees. Relax the back of your neck and shoulders, maybe grabbing opposite elbows and finding gentle sways side to side. As you find these gentle rocks, start to notice your breath. Notice each inhale and each exhale. Now let your arms hang heavy, and if you want to take another kind of variation of a handstand, walk your hands underneath your feet, palms face up, and use this leverage to bow your chest a little bit closer to your legs, maybe straightening out the legs to find a deeper stretch in your hamstrings. Release your hands from under your feet. Bend your right knee. Inhale, reach your left arm up. Shift your gaze up. Feel a nice stretch through your arms and the back of your left hamstring. Exhale, sweep your left palm to your mat. Now switch off the sides. Bend into that left leg. Reach your right arm up and long. And exhale, sweep your right arm down, returning to Uttanasana for one breath. On your next inhale, take a halfway lift as you step your right leg to the back of your mat, lowering your back right leg down. Inhale, rise up, reach up, sink into your hips, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, windmill your hands behind your back, interlace your palms, open across your heart space as you inhale. Exhale, release the clasp, frame your front left foot, curl your right toes under. Inhale, reach your left arm up, find a twist. Exhale, sweep your left arm down, pivot on your back toes to open your hips to the right side of your mat, reach your right arm up. Exhale, lower your right palm down, twist to the left side, reach your left arm up. Again, just repeating this motion a few times, going back and forth between reaching the left arm up and reaching the right arm up, just to find some twists in this low lunge. On your next inhale, return to center, reach your palms up back into Anjaney. Exhale, interlace your fingers, broaden across your heart space and shoulders. And release the clasp. Frame your front foot, curl your right toes under, send your right leg back up. And this time, bring your right leg to meet left at the top of your mat, Uttanasana, hang heavy. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Step your left foot to the back of your mat this time. Lower your left leg down. Inhale, sweep the mat. Rise your arms up, Anjaneyasana. Sink into your hips. Feel that stretch in the left hip flexor. Exhale, sweep your arms around and clasp your fingers together behind you, opening across your neck and shoulders. Inhale, reach up into Anjaney. Exhale, bring your palms to frame your front foot. This time, leaving your left palm rooted, reach your right arm up, find a twist. And exhale, switch sides, right palm down, left arm up. And rotate through this motion a few times in connection with your breath. Just opening up your hips side to side, finding some mobility in those hips and shoulders. Now lower your back left leg down. Inhale, rise up, reach up, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, interlace your fingers behind your back. Breathe. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, frame your front foot, curl your left toes under, step your left leg to meet right, hang heavy in Uttanasana. Reconnect to your breath. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale, fold a little bit deeper. Inhale, root to rise, reach up, palms connect. Exhale, palms to your heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive forward, hang heavy. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step your right leg back, extend your left leg back, lower to Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, roll over the toes, downward facing dog. Coming into our first down dog of practice. Since it's our first down dog of the day, maybe take some pedals into those legs, stretching out through the backs of your hamstrings and calves. Now return to stillness. Feel your palms rooted into your mat. Feel your shoulders right beside your ears. On your next inhale, reach your right leg up and back. Bend your knee, open up your hip. Try and keep your shoulders as square as you can in this position. Feeling a nice stretch in your hip. Give your ankle some rolls if it feels good. And then square off your hips. Draw your right knee in towards your chest. Set it onto your mat. Going to come into gate pose. So pivot your right foot so it is off of the right side of your mat. Come up onto your fingertips and rise all the way up, reaching your arms out long. Now reverse your gate pose. Exhale, windmill your palms back to your mat. Square off your hips and lower your back left leg down. Find a long spine. Exhale, curl your left toes under. Send your right leg up and back. Bend your knee, open your hip. And exhale, return your right foot to meet left at the back of your mat. Getting right to the other side. Inhale, reach your left leg up, bend your knee, open your hip. Maybe find some ankle rolls. And square off your hips. Draw your left knee in towards your chest. Set your shin on the ground. Again, coming into gate pose, this time on the other side. Inhale, reach your right arm up, pivoting that back left shin to the left of your mat. Rise up, reach your arms out wide. Now reverse your gate pose. And exhale, windmill your hands back down, square off those hips, set your right leg down just for a breath. Now curl your right toes under, send your left leg up and back, bend your knee, open up your hip. And return your left leg to meet right, downward facing dog. Now bring your knees to your mat, send your hips back, arms forward, child's pose. Inhale, roll on up to tabletop. Inhale, take a cat pose. Exhale, round and protract your shoulders, curl your spine, curl your back toes under, return to downward facing dog. On your next inhale, rise high into your toes, round through your spine, come into plank pose, drop your hips, inhale, upward dog, exhale, push back, child's pose, rise on up out of your child's pose, come into tabletop, inhale, take a cat, exhale, round and curl, take a cow pose. Now curl your back toes under and return to downward facing dog. We're just going to continue to move through this sequence fluidly, coming through plank to upward dog, returning to child's pose, and then lifting on up and taking a cat-cow. Feel free to move fluidly in connection with your breath, moving into any areas in your body where you may feel tightness. Inhaling, gliding through plank, coming into upward facing dog with your toes tucked. Exhale, send your hips back, child's pose. Roll on back through the spine, coming into that cat-cow variation. And sending your hips up and back, downward facing dog. And we'll go for one more. noticing your breath, noticing the movement of your spine. Next time you're in tabletop, stay there. Reach your right leg up and back behind you. Now draw your right knee in towards your chest. We're going to glide into pigeon pose. So extend your right shin towards the left side of your mat. Slide your left leg back, square off your hips. And we're going to bow in circular directions, coming down to our right knee, over and across to our left foot and back up. Just moving through the spine and hips, breathing into your hips and lower belly here. I find this can help to relieve digestive discomfort by finding twists in the lower abdomen, and switch off the directions. Now return to stillness, square off your hips, curl your left toes under, send your right leg all the way to the back of your mat. Return to tabletop. Inhale, send your left leg up and back behind you. Bend your knee, draw it in towards your chest on your exhale. Extend your shin to the right side of the mat. Pigeon pose. Sink your hips into the mat. Maybe finding some wiggles side to side. Find mobility in the hips. And again, we'll go for those spinal waves in a circular direction. I'm starting in the clockwise direction. And switch off directions. Now moving down to the left ankle, over to the left knee and back up. Flowing with your breath. And return to a still pigeon. Send your left leg back to meet right in tabletop position. Curl your back toes under. Send your hips up and back, chest towards your thighs, downward facing dog. Inhale, reach your right leg up, bend your knee, open your hip. Exhale, draw your right knee in towards your chest, step it between your hands. Walk your hands towards the left side of your mat, coming into wide-legged forward fold, Prasarita Padottanasana. And if you want a deeper stretch, take a bind with your big toe using your index and middle finger. Inhale, take a halfway lift, find a tall spine. Exhale, reach your palms up, rise up. Exhale, pivot your toes so that they're facing the top and bottom of your mat and sink your hips down, coming into goddess. Take your hands and place them on your legs. Use your hands to open up your legs, finding a deeper hip opening, and bend one shoulder at a time to each side to find spinal twist. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, windmill your hands to frame your front foot. Send your right leg to the back of your mat, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, reach your left leg up long. Bend your knee, open up your hip. Square off your hips. Draw your left knee in towards your chest. Step it between your hands, walking through to wide-legged forward fold facing the other side of our mat. Maybe grab your ankles this time. Find a bend in your pelvis, keeping your spine as long as you can. Inhale, reach your palms to touch, rise up. Exhale, sink back into goddess. If you want a challenge, keep your arms in the air as you sink deeply, feeling your glutes, your quadriceps, your hamstrings engage. And exhale, windmill your hands down, send your left leg to the back of your mat, downward dog. Now we're going to come into Upavishta Konasana, a wide-legged forward fold, but seated this time. So extend your legs out wide just until you feel a gentle stretch in your groin. Find a nice tall spine lengthening through the neck, and inhale, reach your palms up to the sky. As you exhale, tilt your pelvis, rotating it forward, reaching forward while maintaining the length of your spine. You should feel a nice stretch in your inner legs and thighs. Now take your hands and walk them towards your right leg, bowing your chest towards your thigh. And come back through center. Exhale, reach towards your left leg. And gently walk your fingertips back up, easing out of the stretch. Bend your knees, draw the bottoms of your feet together, coming into butterfly pose. And a nice tall spine, opening up your legs to either side of your mat, opening up through the hips. And exhale, fold over your thighs. And walk on up. Now make your way onto your back. We're going to set up for bridge pose. Bend your knees so that your knees are stacked over your ankles. Your fingertips should just be able to graze the bottoms of your heels. On your inhale, lift your hips up towards the sky. Maybe interlace your fingers to use your arms as some leverage to lift and squeeze your glutes. Still maintaining deep flow of breath. And exhale, return your hips to your mat. Reach your right leg up, bend your knee, set your right ankle on your left knee. This time, if you want a different variation, you're welcome to lift your hips back up into a bridge pose with the bind of the leg. If not, you're more than welcome to just stay with the leg bind. And now just switching off the sides, bringing our left ankle to our right knee, lifting on up into the one-legged bridge. And exhale, set your hips back down. Draw your knees in towards your chest. Give them a big hug. Rock side to side and massage out your spine. You're welcome to stay here, but if you do have a lot of spinal tension, I find this stretch especially helpful. This is plow pose. So send your legs all the way back behind you. Set your toes on the ground, straighten out through the legs and arms, and breathe into a nice spinal release that runs all the way from your neck out through your tailbone. If you're in plow, ever so slowly, lower your spine back to the mat. Lower your feet to the mat. Let your legs fall out wide, keeping your knees bent, and breathe. Now bring your left knee to be in line with your right. Reach across with your left arm as you press your right palm into your left knee. Find a twist. And coming back through butterfly with our legs. Now reach your right knee to meet left. Reach your right arm to the right. Use your left arm to guide your left knee towards the left. And return to butterfly. Inhale, send your arms above your head, and exhale, let your neck and shoulders, your hips, your back sink into your mat. Feel your limbs melt. Let your legs reach towards the ground. Close down your eyes. Breathe through your abdomen, feeling your breath move through your lungs and chest into your hips and your arms. You're welcome to stay in this posture for as long as you would like. But thank you so much for joining me. I hope your body feels more mobile after moving with me. Namaste.